But while you guys talk about free rune removal, I will show you guys what I did for free rune removal. And
You're gonna show us the stats? You're gonna show us the
I can show you
stats?
guys the stats now.
Well, we get
Once
to see
I-
the stats? Wait, we get to see the stats?
Yeah, this is like stats. My Hathor stats.
Are you not competing this year? Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm not scared to show my stats. I don't mind. Here.
So what if I said, hey Thompson, let's do a rune exposing video and show all your runes? Would you do a video with me?
I am a Hathor user myself.
That doesn't answer the question, but it does answer the question. Got it.
Totally
Okay, got it. Aloha, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. As you can see, we got some familiar faces and a new face as well. We have Surin here. Thank you for joining us. First time that you're here, joining onto the stream. I'll let her introduce herself. I guess you can go first. Yeah, you can introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into Summoners War.
Great. So my name's Surin. I have been streaming for exactly 1 year. I actually just Googled it, and this is my 1 year anniversary of streaming, so super happy about that. I got into Summoners War in 2015 because I was playing Brave Frontier, and the power creep was so bad, I was looking for a gacha with less power creep, so that's how I ended up in it. And I ended up graduating college and just being like, hey, I got time when I start streaming to see if I can have fun with that, and I've been doing it ever since.
And Summoners War SW Idol, right? You won first season, right?
That is true. And they're starting up, I think Friday's the cutoff for the new applications. So
right,
I really have been trying to encourage more people to apply because I really hope it's bigger this time than it was the first time.
So if you think you have what it takes to be the next Summoners War Idol, yeah, get your applications in. Who knows? You might be the next she-bang, she-bang, she-boo. Okay, anyways,
this tablet is
also,
thanks to Comtimus. So.
Oh, they gave you that?
Exposure for all the guys in IslandGrown's chat. I seen her boyfriend before. Yes. Cool Asian guy with long hair.
Yeah,
is his hair still long? Or did he cut it?
He cut the sides, but the top's still long.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I did get to meet you as well as your boyfriend at the Orlando meetup. We didn't get to talk a lot though because everybody was kind of like crazy busy at the actual event. It was so crazy with all the people there. It was very nice.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
But all right, yo, Sample Pack Text, thank you for joining the podcast again. All right, I think this is your second time on the podcast, right? So it's good to have you here.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks for having me.
And then we have Lucky as well. Yeah, and of course Thompson. Thank you guys for joining the podcast today. We're gonna get right into it.
What is that? Sample Text in person before.
Yeah.
Dude, Sample Text could be in the NBA.
Pretty much.
He could play basketball. Yeah.
How tall are you, Sample Text?
So for all of you Americans out there, it's like 6'5", 6'6".
Oh, thank you for that. Wow. Somebody actually does it in our stupid system. Thank you. Oh my god, dude. For all you Americans out there. I mean, we're not the only country that does it in that system, right?
I think we're one of the only. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, whatever. We got a lot of problems, all right. But that's for another podcast. Anyways, moving on to topic number 1 here. First topic of the day. It's gonna be about FRR, right? How did your FRR go? And any new toys that you've runed up and you're kind of excited to try out and use? And maybe just some general thoughts if you haven't talked about it yet. If you haven't been on the podcast talking about the new, rune management system and what you've seen so far. We can start off with Thompson. Go ahead.
I ruined up Poseidon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, playing around with that just for fun. And yeah, it's okay.
Just cleave? Just another cleave CC spot unit, right? That does some damage?
But while you guys talk about free rune removal, I will show you guys what I did for free rune removal. And
you're going to show us the stats?
Interesting.
You're going to show us the stats?
I can show you guys the stats now.
Okay,
yeah.
Guys, if he's showing us the stats, he's not really using it. It's going to get de-runed in about a week.
No.
There's no way you're showing us stats and you're keeping it, dude. I ain't no fool, man.
It's completely irrelevant for RTA. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. I see.
Oh, yeah, see? Yeah.
Okay, all right. What about you, Lucky? How was your FRR, if you did any? And what do you think about the management not using it?
I didn't touch RTA units because I always kind of ruined that way anyway. I fixed everything else, so Guild-related units and whatnot. One of the units I'm trying to make work a lot more at the moment is Water Demon because I fully skilled him and I want to see if he's actually worthwhile. On Revive with second skill, he does 55k without attack buff, so I'm like trying to utilize and see if that could work, but it's kind of a fun unit and it's worked a few times against like Artemil or Ragdoll users just because of how many turns are taken. and he comes back with that. If he comes back with the second skill, he can take out a unit almost instantly. So
it does not counter Ragdoll, man, because it gets 100% attack bar, not like.
You see that? You see what happens when you see that one unit? Like Thompson was like, "Oh yeah, water demon, yeah, Ragdoll." No. Wait a minute.
No, do you guys agree with me? I think they need to
not
buff
using
him
it
to a
to
point
counter.
where instead of getting 100% attack bar, he needs to just get an extra turn.
Yeah, I think
Right.
if they buff him for that, that'd be huge. And
So he doesn't counter Ragdoll.
No, not using him to counter.
he's just saying
using
it's good against it
It's
right
good-
now
good
because like
against
he's
it.
taking a lot of turns, right? So it helps with.
But it crits a lot.
It's not so not a
Still
winning
works.
battle. Anyways, moving on. Look,
Okay, all right. I'm
Ignore
being-
defense, late
All right.
game.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Any other units that you tried rooting up and testing out?
Not at the moment. Well, let's see what's Thompson showing us.
Here, can you click on your source?
Check this out. Oh, what?
Okay, wait. Can you click on your source?
Reflecting defense logs.
Wait.
Oh, you guys see this?
Thompson,
Oh yeah.
Thompson, can you click on your source for that mirroring thing, and then can you fit it to screen so it's bigger than your overlay? Because we don't need
Okay,
your
how-
overlay.
I'm very technology savvy,
Okay,
so I'll figure that out.
You know the source area in your OBS where you put that screen where your game is. Can you find
Yeah.
that source? Right mouse click it, and then
Oh, okay.
fit it to
Got
screen.
I
So it's just
no,
like a whole
I-
big thing.
think I have another way to do it. You guys keep talking. I will.
All right.
I will. I don't want to.
Continue on from there. Lucky, what did you think about the new runes management though? You didn't touch anything though, so you didn't get to play around with it.
I think it's fine. I think it's really good. It's allowed me to free up a lot of runes for every other bit of content outside of RTA, and I spent so much time just like shifting all that focus across. It took a lot more time than I thought.
Oh,
So yeah,
you guys, is this better?
Oh yeah, it's bigger. It's bigger.
Oh yeah. And these are the defenses. They my guild leader told me not to just to mess around. Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Wait, what is it?
Free
defense?
rune removal. All right.
Nice,
I'm a
nice.
Guild War player now.
Yo,
I
what's
love
it-
Guild War. Look at
wait,
this.
What's the
Oh.
defense? What's the defense? Let me see the defense. What is that? Is that a retesh?
That's a retouch.
How do
Yo.
people not Katarina you? What the?
I could put good runes on a retouch.
That's
Look at
not
the speed
retouch.
on this dude, man. Everything's all speed tuned.
Yeah, but
What the hell?
how do they not Katarina that, dude? What the?
I don't know, man.
That's a copper bulldozer
that's-
or Katarina.
Oh.
Wait, what?
All
I'm getting
Rika,
wins, bro.
These guys are
lots and lots of
Papegas,
Rika.
dude. What's your second team? Let me see your second team. What is the second team? Okay, that one's a little bit more, can be a little bit more challenging or annoying, right? But the first
Yeah.
one is easy calibrable. You sure you're
Hey,
not getting against
I am a Guild
Conqueror
War
guilds?
pro, man. Don't call me for pay. What the? Look at this. Look at this. Oh, look at these Guild War wins. Look at
Yeah,
that.
nice Nefties. Nice Artemis. Nice Celia.
Mhm.
Yo, but the wins, the team that's getting me wins is the Kumin, Orion, Yen.
Wait, which one?
The second one, the Kumin, Orion, Yen.
I do like Kumin as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah, yeah, that's right.
good call.
8 and 2. That's right.
Hey, guys, he calls it Kumin. I know. Relax.
Cumin.
I know. Kumin. It's okay.
I don't even know if I've ever even 6-starred a yen.
Did you try pairing up cumin and coriander? It usually combos really nicely.
Fuck you.
All right. What about you, Sabotex? Have you ruined anything like interesting or new for fun? And what do you think about the new FRR management system?
So
Or-
first of all, I think
rune
it's
system.
great. I really love it. My guildies were also like really happy about it because I kind of always went like hybrid and more rune towards RTA, even though I'm not really doing too well with RTA either. But now I'm like doing a lot better with both of them. Like I just started picking up a really fancy toy that I know it's kind of like a niche thing. I don't want to hype it up too much, but it's the one and only Hearthor that I just recently started picking up. Got me like one increased
Oh.
rank. So
Super
I-
niche.
Never
Yeah,
seen
it's
that
very
unit
niche.
around before.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
you
but I
started
put from,
using
like
you started using Hathor?
yeah.
Oh,
I feel really bad.
You meta rebel. Oh my god. How can you imagine that? God damn.
No, but actually, I'm like I gained from like C1. I got to C3 in like 2 days. So I'm curious if I can get into Guardian this time around. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I get Thompson to give me some advice. We'll see.
You want my advice? I've stopped using Hathor and then I started using Hathor again. Let me see. It's really easy and quick to get advice here. Oh, look, advice. Oh, right here. You build for me. Oh, what the heck? Oh, I build a Hathor here. Huh? And
Wait,
then a
you're
Hathor
showing
here.
us the stats?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we just have 2 Hathors.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we get
One's
to see
like-
the stats? Wait, we get
Yeah.
to see the stats?
Yeah, this is like stats. My Hathor stats.
Are you not competing this year? Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm not scared to show my stats. I don't mind. Here.
So what if I said, hey Thompson, let's do a rune exposing video and show all your runes? Would you do a video with me?
I am a Hathor user myself.
That doesn't answer the question, but it does answer the question. Got it.
Totally
Side
deflected.
step.
Got it. It's just like totally deflected. Thompson, would you like to show your runes? I like eggs.
Yeah, I'll tell you about sidestep. He keeps asking me to play against Judas, but dude, I don't want to play against him anymore, man.
Oh, no, Judas
Like,
wants to play against you, like just for fun. It's like a fun video.
I
You
play
guys-
against him all the time. We
I
queue at the
know.
same time in the morning.
I know, but
And,
he wants
yeah.
to do one where like I get you guys together and then you guys do a match and then you guys like fun banter. He just wants something fun like
Oh,
that. Yeah, just for fun.
because we did the serious match, you know.
Yeah, no, it's not a serious match. He's not trying to get a rematch with you. You know Judas. He just
Oh.
wants to have fun. He thinks it would
I
be a fun
guess.
video, and I was like, yeah, sure.
I guess I'll do it.
I'll try to
It's just for
contact-
fun.
Yeah, I told him I'll try to contact you,
Or-
and then he keeps asking me every week, and I keep telling him, yeah, Thompson's just like chickening out every single time. So maybe one time.
Yeah, I
check
check it out. Yeah, I'm scared to play him again. Actually, to be honest, he was very scary to play against. Yeah,
Yeah, for real.
I swear.
He's a good player. He's a good person too, by the way. But
He
he's
has
a
a
good player.
ragdoll. That's fine.
Okay, all right, we're moving on. 'Cause everything just comes full circle every 5 seconds with you.
What the heck?
Yeah, guys, so if you guys are watching the podcast and you always wonder about the quality with the cams and stuff, it's a Discord issue, right? So unless we find a different platform maybe in the future, it's kind of a Discord issue currently going on, as well as the sound quality is dependent on people's mics. So there's only so much I can do with that. So I apologize, guys. I do apologize. If too many people are using Discord, like in general, it's the quality gets messed up. So back to Skype. I don't know about that. Surin, how about yourself? Have you done FRR, and what kind of new toys have you been ruining up?
So I think a lot of people know, and I've told a lot of people because I freaked out about my Nephthys pull. So I'm yeah.
Wow, we're sisters. We're
Yeah. That's my
sisters,
point.
but sisters.
When I found out that Thompson was on the podcast and I was gonna be on the podcast, I'm like, can Laura Nephthys ever work?
Oh, I'm a Lord Nephthys user.
Yeah, exactly. So like, how do I don't know how to speed tune. Like I keep getting.
Oh, I
if
got you.
I need that because like I keep every time I try to AoE, like I moved towards for my FRR, I moved towards just Hathor being my fastest unit because I was trying to cleave. So I tried to move to control, and now that I have a Nephthys, I'm like, am I cleaving? Do you use Nephthys as a control unit? I don't.
It's really funny. You bring like Nephthys and Laura into like the match, right? And they'll go. They will probably pick like Tetra Juno. And then you bring in like Varad, and you pretty much win the game from there, you know. So and 2 other units like Lauren,
Yeah.
Vertical, whatever, yeah, and control the attack bar and just control the field from there.
See, that's what my main FRR was just trying to get a control team together and try to stop being, first turn cleave. So FRR was really good for me. The only thing I don't like about this new rune system is that if you go out, for example, if you're like, I was constantly trying to like 15 things like 135s that I had never gotten on a unit before. So I'm going out to 15 them, and then I go out to my normal management system. If there was just like a circle, like that circle that they're using for RTA, if they had that on a rune to be like, this is being implemented in your RTA rune management system, it would do me, I think, a lot of good. I don't know if other players would really benefit from that, but to see that rune and know it's in an RTA situation, be like, okay, I need to put, if I'm looking for grinds or if I'm focusing on other things, just knowing that rune is also implemented somewhere else would be really, I think, useful for me. I think it's kind of, nitpicky, but I really wish that there was just some kind of way to know that's on an RTA unit right now.
Yeah, I agree. Right now,
I also want to say one more thing about Nephthys. I know only you and probably one more person in the world has Nephthys, but one of the things, when you bring Nephthys in there, a lot of people bring Tetra right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But once they bring Tetra out, the funny part is if they bring out Tetra, you'll know 100% that they're going to let the Nephthys through. So, like, if they bring in Tetra, it puts them in a very vulnerable position where if they're going to let the Nephthys through, so you could play with the Nephthys 100%. You get that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you could like either pick a really heavy damage dealing unit right after the Nephthys, like a Diana or a Lauren, a Adana or Water Monkey King, or
Mhm.
you could just ban the Tetra, and you know the Nefty is going to go through. So it puts them at a very vulnerable state. So you're just playing against the other 4 units. Yeah.
So I'm trying to have like a tanky bruiser water monkey, and if in that situation, does he need to be more damage based than being tanky?
In that situation, it's really hard to say because I've tried Water Monkey very heavily damage based, but he just dies so fast. Because they're going to bring in like, you're going to have to play against a lot of like Gani, Hathor, Tetra, Juno type of comps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little
so
bit.
going back to what you said, Surin, about the powering up runes, because you can't really power up or sell runes from the RTA management, right?
Well, you can power them up. You can't
Oh,
sell
I
them.
mean, you can't sell them, right? But you just want to
Yeah.
know if you go into your regular rune management to be able to kind of see that rune is on something else, right? I think we have an echo.
Right.
Thompson, is that you? We have an echo going on.
Probably.
An echo going on. But what were you saying, Lucky? You said something right at the same time. Oh, somebody else
So
has
yeah,
an echo.
what
Test.
I would like to,
Okay, yeah, we're good. Go ahead.
I think what I'd like to see is pretty much going on what Sarun said was if you were able to see what monster and RTA it was on as well. So like little image going, hey, I've moved a rune off, let's say Shio, and I want to use it now on a Lucian. Let's say it's a will rune, whatever it is. But I want to gem or grind certain stats at. I also want to be, I want to also be aware what unit I'm currently using it on in RTA. So I'm not necessarily ruining that unit in RTA. Because I actually did that with a couple of my runes. When I re-runed for normal content, I ended up gemming and grinding runes that I just didn't think about. And it actually changed a bit of my tuning in RTA. So I have to go back and fix that up separately. So it kind of messed me up a little bit.
That's another point.
That's
Like,
a really good point, yeah.
Yeah, when I had this problem, and I was talking about this
Wait,
before.
we're gonna echo again. Echo? Okay, no, we're good. We're good. I think. Go ahead.
So like when you have a unit that you're going to use, where is the echo coming from?
There's an echo.
There's an echo.
Yeah.
It's probably you, Thompson, still.
Crap.
Hello? Test. No, wait. He muted himself. No, I think we're good. Everybody else has headsets, so it's gotta be Thompson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
So when you say you're, like I said this, like if you're going to re-speed tune like your Bastet or something, and then you want to use that Bastet in RTA, and then you also want to use that same build, for example, in, Siege or something, you have to like just write it down, you memorize it. My point is like, if you had exactly what Lucky said, if you had that little picture of the unit, you would know, okay, that's the rune that I just changed to. Because every time you re-rune a unit that you would use in Siege or Guild War or also the same build in RTA, you're going to have to change it twice. So if you have to go like find that rune each time twice if you get an upgrade. So that's kind of like weird, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think this is like these are the cons. These are good to bring up to talk about, right? To see how we can adjust this. I mean, everybody loved the idea of CompTIA coming out with a new rune management, right? Separate of RTA and the other content, but nobody thought about the negative implications that can come into play over time, right? Just like what Lucky said and what Surin said, right? I think the biggest thing is definitely rerouting and changing the gems and grinds, right? You gem and grind something, you change the speed, you just literally screwed up your whole RTA comp, right? Let's say you're changing the grind and the gem on a rune to make it better, because right now let's say you ruin your account for RTA, right? And you have the speed tuning down for your team. But you're still missing grinds and gems maybe here and there. Later on, you're farming BJ5s, you get those grinds and gems, you're like, oh, my Guild Wars, this unit needs a speed grind. I grind it up, right? It's a 3. I made it a 4 now, right? Or a 2, I made it a 3. That can change your speed tuning in RTA because those runes, right? They affect the runes that are in RTA, don't they not? So that can be kind of, confusing.
I think it's worth it, though. I do think it's worth it to have this management system. I think the cons are worth it. I just think they could definitely make a little tiny changes, like Lucky said, with a picture of the unit in RTA that has it, and that would solve a lot of problems.
Right. Yeah, if they give us a picture, then we can kind of get a heads up that, oh, okay, this might be on this unit, so maybe I want to double check first before I regrind, or I regem something, right? So.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Actually, we can lock runes now, so that definitely can help out. But when you lock, can you grind and gem? You can't do it. You just can't sell, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because you can still grind and gem, so lock doesn't do anything. Were you saying something, Sampletex? Go ahead.
I was just saying I'm actually really curious how this is going to impact like the actual long-term like longevity of RTA. How many people are actually going to stick with playing RTA? because it definitely did help me out, like as a content creator, being able to like just fuck around with Guild War and then also at the same time still be able to do some RTA content.
Right.
I'm really happy with it.
Mhm.
Like the pros vastly outweigh the cons in my opinion, but that's just like my humble opinion. I don't know.
So last thing that I wanted to kind of bring up, something that we've been talking about and I want to continue to talk about for this particular topic is FRR, right? We just experienced a 5-day FRR. I think that was very generous of them to do that. But one of my suggestions for the future, instead of a 1-day FRR, I think it's a lot more fair if they gave us a weekend FRR, right? Even if it's just upping it to 2 days, I think having it on Saturday, Sunday gives more time for people to make changes, especially with this new Rune update and what we just discussed, how difficult it can be to kind of go through and look what I want to change because it's 2 areas now. I think a 2-day FRR every month wouldn't break the system. And I think that's a very small ask. So what are you guys' thoughts on like a 2-day FRR? Or what else?
Can I go
suggest?
first?
Go ahead.
Can I go first? Because like that's an amazing idea. I can just like tell from like a content creator perspective. I still remember the time where they nerfed China and they gave us like 3 days, 4 days of free rune removal, and that was just gold for me as like producing content, not having to swap around my runes for guides and stuff. And I do realize that in my own community, everyone was like really happy after the big update, like a somewhat game-changing update, being able to basically for free rearrange their team comps, which kind of made a lot of people less salty, which I think is a really huge thing. So that's my take on it.
I think it's also really good for people who work weekends, because I have a couple friends who, if it's always a Saturday, they don't always have a Saturday off, or they don't, you have to schedule it at the end of your day when you're exhausted or something. If it's a Saturday, Sunday, it gives more people more freedom to say, I can't do it Saturday, I can do it Sunday. And having like this day that you have to schedule into your month every day, or at once, if it's like if it's a bad week for you, what are you going to do? You're just going to be out mana. So I think for especially free-to-play players, it would be really, really good.
Someone chat said they do something nice and Island wants more. Is that too greedy of an ask? I don't understand that.
think so.
How is that greedy of an ask, right? They do something nice and Island wants more. I don't think I'm greeting anything. I think I'm giving an explanation on the amount of runing now it takes because there's two system, and people have been always asking about FRR being longer, or people have been asking for tickets and stuff for FRR. So I think a weekend FRR is not unfeasible, right? Even if they didn't give us a 5-day FRR, I would have already been asking this and suggesting this change for quite a long time, to be honest.
Right.
Would
you
Rune removaling should just always be free. Oh my god, like that is too much.
That's too
Right.
much.
Yeah.
Right, that's
Well,
definitely too much for sure.
What about what a lot of people recommend is like, what if it's something like, when we have the pick your own HOH, what if it's pick your ticket, like you can just give a ticket once a month and then you pick the day that you're gonna do your FRR.
That's what a lot of people want, right? But then the big argument, I mean, he's telling me now too that I'm being greedy again, and he's saying that people won't buy the $30 FRR ticket. It's like, dude, you're at the $30 FRR ticket. I'll take it. If you look at it statistically, how much money they're making from that, that's chump change, dude. It's nothing. Giving back to the community and giving them the ability to FRR, change runes, might actually give you better sales if you want to talk about marketing and potentially buying rune packs, rehab packs, and everything else, right? So a $30 rune pack, FRR pack is nothing. People will still buy that for the opportunity to do FRR at any time, right? Any time of day. Yeah. But having the ability to do FRR once a month for 2 days is a lot more feasible. I think it's a very fair request, to be honest.
What about making it a day 7 monthly login reward? And you get a 24-hour ticket that lasts 7 days in your inbox.
That's what people have been asking for, right? But I think that would devalue the FRR pack if that's an argument, if it is even more, right? If you got a ticket.
Definitely. Yeah, a ticket would definitely devalue the pack. I reckon I'm more in line with what you're saying around having the whole weekend. But I think that would be probably the next substitute to it. It's making it easier for everyone to do it in their own time then. That's
the dream. If we could get one a month that is a 12-hour ticket that's flexible any time of the month, that's the dream. Like that's a nice request. Even if it's not 24 hours, just 12 hours. I think that'd be really nice, honestly. Okay, good topic there on FRR. Gonna move on to topic number 2. Topic number 2 is, what rank are you going for this RTA season? Like, what is approximately your rank that you've got to in the past? What rank you're trying to shoot for this season? And what's your thoughts on, this is gonna be a second question though, 2 in 1. Thoughts on revamping the reward system, right? Since now more people potentially be doing RTA, and RTA is something that's, long term, right? It's multiple months. It's not like arena's once per week, and you can see the rewards on it are not the greatest, but okay, right? You get some crystals and whatnot. The rewards for RTA, it's 3 months, people playing it, putting the time into it. Like, do you think we should have a revamp, especially for the lower ranks that pretty much get like nothing, right? What are your thoughts? We can start off with Thompson. What rank are you going for this season? Are you just gonna stick with G3, or are you gonna actually try to get that legend thing on your island? Yeah, sure you want
Well,
it
for
once.
me, I always play like I don't really care about the rank when I play. I just play for fun because for me, it's all about playing in the present. Like if I play scared, then I'll be playing in the future. If I play like sad, I'll be playing in the past. You kind of understand what I mean? But then like I'm always thinking about playing like right now, and I don't really check the ranks. So when I play, I just play fun. You know, I don't really look at the ranks when I play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So you don't really care about what you finished in. So you're probably pretty much
No.
never gonna try to get that legend thing on your island.
Plus, I'm always like trying like different units and weird stuff. It's for me, it's about playing the game, not about like competing for ranks. You know.
Mm. Well, it is kind of, if you're trying to go for SWC, you want to make sure you have a decently high rank. So this season and next season will count towards it, right?
I'm regardless of whatever I'm gonna be in it. You know. So.
Oh wait, do they guarantee you in it, right? Because you were second, right? They invite you
I
again.
I actually asked them,
Yeah.
and they're not sure. But you know, regardless, yeah.
I think you are. I think they usually did that in the past. They've done that, right? Like if you're
They
top
haven't. I
four-
asked them actually, and they never told me anything yet. I asked. I think I asked B. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll see. I guess now that you don't know, then you're gonna kind of have to, if you want to compete, you're gonna have to kind of do okay this season. Then.
And so the case is, if I don't make it, then I don't make it. It's not a big deal for me too. You know, I still have
I
fun.
want to see you make it though. It's a big
Yeah.
deal for me. What the?
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. What about you, Lucky?
I think I'm just gonna try have more fun with it this year. Like, so
Yeah.
I think I had a few goals for myself last year, which was to get like G3 throughout my profile. And now that I've pretty much done that, my goal is just to have a bit of fun and just play around with fun units and try and enjoy that aspect of RTA a bit more. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Just trying out new things. So Bilal's the first new toy. That and Masha is what I'm messing around with in RTA at the moment.
Masha, dude, that thing's nuts.
Yeah. And then
Really?
I'm going to be trying out a few other little things that are a little bit more niche, which I'll expose a little bit later.
Ooh, okay, all right. Looking forward to that content.
Something
Sure.
a bit more fun. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. What about you, Sample Text? What did
I
you
will
finish
be
before?
shooting.
And what are you going for?
I'm gonna shoot for Guardian again. My highest score so far was like bottom G1, but yeah, we'll see if I can do it again. That was like the first couple of seasons, and I kind of really slumped down, just doing like YouTube guides and stuff. You know how it is. Like you just kind of have some fun, build some toys in between, and that really it sometimes hinders your progression. Let's just call it that. And this year I want to go a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know, try hard. We'll see how long that actually lasts. But
One day.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see.
It's like what is it? New Year's resolution. Yeah. This year I'm gonna exercise and I'm gonna eat healthy. Next week you're eating McDonald's and you're just sitting at home.
Pretty much,
right?
yeah.
But yeah, that's a good goal then. Yeah, definitely. I would say now, I mean, even the early seasons were definitely less people playing, and it was different than what it is now. So it's definitely a nice challenge that you set for yourself to try to achieve in RTA now, trying to hit that Guardian this season. Definitely won't be easy though, but best of luck.
Well, the thing is also that since I was free to play for like 5.5 years, and I just recently got the the trans scroll, and I kind of feel like I owe it to myself that I at least get a little bit better ranks in that regard, you know.
Mhm.
So that's kind of like the way I look at it. Yeah.
What'd you get for the
And
trans
you
scroll? It was the
have
Hathor? Was that the Hathor?
I wish. No, it was Leica and the Ariel. So
Oh wow.
Oh,
very
red.
very OP.
Yeah.
Wow, very OP.
Oh.
Game changing.
definitely.
You picked Leica, yes?
Sorry, what?
Who do you pick out of the Leica Ariel?
Yeah, definitely Leica. But I mean, I had an Ariel already, so
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
it's double rip. I know.
I see. What
I
about
feel
yourself?
that
What about yourself, Søren? What rank did you finish before, and what are you trying to go for this season? Especially now, right, with the nerf fees.
So I kind of have always avoided RTA as like a content in the game because I was kind of Pokedexing. I'm at like 916 in like the Pokedex, so I've been focusing really hard on just gacha aspect of the game. So my last rank, I hit C1 and then I decayed because I was too freaked out to keep going. So then I pulled Neftis and now I feel responsible for LD abusing. So
wait. You feel responsible to LD abuse. Wait a minute. Wait,
this is so true. So ever since I pulled it, everyone's like, "Oh, so you're gonna hit that G1 now?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? I'm an F3 pleb. I'm just straight to G1." No, Something reasonable is going to be, since I've never really pushed in RTA, if I can get my rune quality just condensed enough, something C2 I think is feasible. I don't think there's any reason that I can't hit that. But it's difficult for me because I haven't really ever pushed myself into RTA. But I definitely want to get into it because now that, but when I first started streaming, I never even cleared TOA hard because I was just focusing so hard on summoning. So now I've done everything PvE there is to do. All I have left to do is RTA, and I have to learn to love it. I'm at that point where I have to love it now. So that's my goal for 2020. My goal is to love RTA. So
pop the Nefties and goes, oh crap, time to RTA. Oh shoot,
basically.
God dang it, dude, shucks. Wow, what a problem.
I have three now, and the only one that I think anyone's excited for is the freaking Neftis.
Wait,
no one got excited. Han, Laura, and Neftis.
Wait, you have Laura too? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So pretty happy.
Let's ask her if she feels Laura is good.
Do you feel Laura's good? Well, she's shaking her head yes.
So
oh
bad.
my god.
I wanted Tiana so bad. Every time I summon for Tiana, I'm just crying inside because I've got a Triton, and I don't know. I'd rather use the Laura than use the Triton, but I think even the Triton's probably better than my Laura right now. So
yeah, any unit with that name, Tiana, Gianna, yeah, it's very nice to have, especially what you have. Yeah. That's good. I mean, I think you're cutting yourself short. I think you I'm gonna set you to try to hit C3 this season. Do it. Right, C2 is not enough. You gotta go for that C3.
Yeah,
I believe.
I'll do. I bet I can. Yeah. I'm scared.
If you need Nefty's advice, I'm right here for help.
Heck yeah.
Oh yeah, Thompson, Nefties and Laura advice. Just saying, right?
Oh, that's actually true. I use Laura a lot.
Yeah, I mean, actually, because
I'm kind of bored with her now. She's yeah, I don't use her anymore, but it's still there. But yeah. Okay, how about you, IslandGrown?
Me?
Yeah.
Bro, you drop me Mo Long, bro. I'll try hard all the way to G3, and I'll use it.
Mo Long. Oh, another unit that's good against Tetra. Mo Long's really good against Tetra.
Against Tetra.
Yeah.
Oh, just to take it out. But then you could say any sniping unit's good against Tetra. A decent Icarus is good against Tetra. Right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, definitely gonna try to see if we can hit G1 again this season. But I don't really have a motivation for it, honestly. Right? I got some new fun toys, but I mean, I guess they kind of teased me recently with my 2020 summons, and I got a Bulwark, and I'm like, oh great, got Bulwark, but I mean, what's fun with Bulwark, right? Oh, Mo Long Bulwark, but I mean, shoot, So I mean, we could have some fun. I think I'm gonna be doing my my placements. I always do something fun. Oh, okay, all right, dude. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be doing something fun with my placements, which I always do. I'm probably gonna do 5 second awakened cats for all 10 placements. Last time I did 5 Inugamis, so just gonna do something fun at the beginning of the season, and we'll see where we go. Yeah.
Those cats are so good.
Yeah. Let's talk a little about the RTA rewards then. With this kind of goal that you're going for, what do you think about the RTA rewards so far? Right, as I already stated, and a lot of other people feel that it's a little underwhelming, right? How can we ask for a little bit more rewards? What do you think is fair, right? It has to be things that pertain to RTA that would be reasonable for us to have and to get, right?
There needs to be the thing I hear the most. There needs to be a weekly reward for just participating for lower ranks, because if the biggest problem is that lower ranks the average player at lower ranks just doesn't feel like they can participate because they get farmed so hard. There needs to be, if you don't want to fix the farming problem, you need to fix the motivation problem. So try to find something that on a weekly basis can actually motivate people to just try. I think that's really important. Aside from obviously end ranks need to get buffed, but
I like that. I mean, a lot of times people don't underestimate it, but a lot of people are more free to play or casual spenders, right? So when they log in, they have this habit of trying to do all their dailies, everything efficient, right, on their account. So if you add on something like a weekly energy reward, like a nice surplus of energy for doing X amount of wings in a week, people will, you'll notice people will have the tendency to do the wings and to do the RTA, right? And that's a little reward that they can get, pardon me, weekly. So yeah, that's nice. I think that's a very, very good suggestion. But what about the end of the season rewards though? Right now, what do you get? If you're a lower ranked player, end of the season, you just get a mount, right? I think, or something like that.
Fighter gets a mount.
Fighter gets
transmog stones, not even many either.
Okay, so we know the Guardian ranks, you get some nice stuff, right? Exclusive Guardian skins. Conquerors, okay, you get the aura and you get the mount, right? Fighters, you just get the mount, and challengers, you just get literally five Transmog stones. 5. transmog stones. Something cool that I think they could incorporate. I think it's asking for a lot of their art team though, but it would be kind of cool to release maybe 3 and 4 star exclusive transmogs into the system, and it would just take their art team and art devs a little bit more time to do that, right? And it gives the majority of players something to shoot for, right? A fighter can shoot for a 3-star skin now. Yeah, and a Conqueror can shoot for a 4-star skin now. And of course, the Guardians will get all of them, right? And it's more value to them because they put a lot of time into, you know, getting up there, right? So I think that would be something interesting. But I think it has to be a little bit more enticing, right? I think they're trying to keep it purely to cosmetics, though, is what they're trying to do here. So I can see them continue to do that trend. But I think they got to maybe give more Transmog stones or some new 3 and 4-star skins. What are your thoughts? Any other suggestions?
I think that's a great idea. I haven't really heard that view before, but I think you're right. 3 and 4-star skins would entice more people. I think with the way or where World Arena is heading, it is now becoming less of, hey, you can do it if you want, to, hey, we want you to do it. And to be able to try to get more people to do it that way. What about introducing things that early gamers need more often than not, which is 4-star Devilmon, for example, which could be introduced in the store. Maybe you can buy 3 of those a week on top of your regular Devilmon you get. But then I think on the flip side of that is also taking the negativity aspect out of the minds of, hey, I need to always win to be able to get World Arena points, or the the points to be able to buy the stuff out of the store. What about getting a consolation 1 point for every fight you do? And if you do, maybe each 4-star Devilmon costs 50 points, so you have to do 50 wins to get one, and there could be 50 losses to be able to buy one. But you know, you can get 3 or 4 per win. So you know, just trying to keep the constant motivation to try and attempt to play and still feel like you're getting something at the end of the day of trying. Because I think the issue is like you can go through and have like absolutely like you could be a challenger player who's only being able to do Giants B10 or Dragons B10, and have no real rune depth or monsters available, so you're just using whatever 5 or 6 monsters you have, and you can go through this massive loss streak and not be able to get anything. You have nothing to show for it except for a loss rate, you know? So imagine doing like 20 or 30 wings and having 20 or 30 points. And I think, so there's going to be something around this about people rage quitting. You know how you get people that like queue and then quit during the loading screen? Maybe they add a certain amount of turns need to be taken, or a game needs to be completely played out for you to be able to get that 1 point, just to be able to limit the amount of people that just you know, jump in and quit.
Because I don't know how many people are going to sit through the whole match for 1 point, just like that, right? Even if they're tanking the match, right?
Exactly right, yeah.
Okay, that's definitely of interest. I think the 4-star Devilmon is something that we've been asking for a long time, and it's a new aspect, so it could be incorporated into this World Arena, right? Whether it's going to be a one-time purchase per season, that doesn't break the game, right? You save up some points, one-time purchase in the season using your points, or as well as a combination of a reward for everybody, right? Maybe fighters and above or whatnot. You get a 4-star Devilmon. Endgame players at a Guardian, I'm gonna tell you right now, they don't give 2 craps about that. So a 4-star Devilmon means almost nothing to them. Literally almost nothing, because they got almost every 4-star like maxed, right? It's almost negligible, but it can help out a lot of players at early game and get people to want to play RTA. Now you don't have to play, but it's just something that's there, right, to kind of entice you to potentially want to play or try it out. So yeah, I would think that wouldn't break the game. What about you, Sampatex? Any thoughts on revamping the reward system at all?
Yeah, I really like on that one. I really don't have. I kind of agree with you guys that they need to make it a little bit better for early game players, but at the same time, like we already said, there's a lot of chores on a daily basis that people kind of have to do.
True.
Like if they really want to get everything. But I would say like the early game rewards are not good enough. I would introduce weekly rewards. Maybe like runes that really don't impact end game players too much, but help early game players out a lot. Like 5-star runes, like a guaranteed 5-star hero rune, something like along those lines. That really don't impact my playstyle, but it would really help a beginner out. I don't know, things like that. But I personally enjoy RTA the way it is already. So, but at the same time, I'm at the point where I'm getting like auras and potentially even skins. Right. So
yeah,
we might just talk about it.
You might be right on like making it mandatory, right? People don't like that feeling of I have to do it, but I think the feeling of having to do it, like let's say there's a 4-star Devilmon, right? It doesn't feel like it feels like you have to do it because it's a good resource, but it's 3 months. I mean, it's not like you have to do 30 wings a day, right? It's just like dabbling in it a little bit throughout the 3 months. You got the points, you buy the Devilmon, the 4-star Devilmon. I don't think it's a big ask, right? As in like let's say like Labyrinth, right? Where it's like, if it's there, you gotta do your Labyrinth every day because the rewards are so good, right? But it depends on what you care about. Some people don't really care about it. right? Some people don't even care about Guild Wars, Thompson. So I mean, they don't even do it, even though there's great rewards for it, right? So the argument of it's enticing and whatnot is, I don't know, maybe not that valid. I don't know, right? Because it just depends on the person. If they care about it enough or not, they'll do it, right? It's I don't think of it as chores. I think of it as lots of different content. If you like the rewards, you like what you see, you do it, right? You choose and you pick and choose what you want to do. Shots fired, always shoot fires. Shoot things at Thompson. You can take it. What about you, Thompson? What do you think about the rewards? You okay with it? What do you want to do?
I have like a complete different point of view.
Sure. Go for it.
This subject.
Good.
For me, like I always played RTA, even if I feel like it's rewarding enough. If I'm like fighter 1, I get fighter 2, or next season I get fighter 3, right?
Right.
And again, there's not that much chores. There's a lot of stuff you have to do every day. For me, it's kind of like a reflection of like working out. When you work out, you don't get anything back in return. You just work out because you want to get stronger. You pay for healthier food. You pay for whatever you need, gym equipment, gym membership, whatever, just like the game. But then you're just working out because you want to get stronger. You want to, be healthy, right? You're playing the game. You're playing RTA because like you don't need. People are not going to pay you to work out. Like you play RTA. I don't need more rewards to play RTA. A few here, a few there is okay. But if you're in Challenger 1 and you get into Challenger 2 or Conquer, that should be like enticing enough. That should be a award in itself that you're getting better in
so
RTA.
You got that,
and you could just
game
and
mentality, right?
if that's not enough, then you should just not do RTA and just focus on Guild War or Arena and other content.
True. That's definitely a different perspective to put on. You get more of a satisfaction of trying to hit that goal, right? Because you really want to be fighter 3, let's say.
Yeah,
so you want to do what you can on your account to get there. Okay, I like that. And that's goals that are like kind of like short, long term, right? From season to season. Okay, definitely a different mentality, sure. Definitely. All right. That was some pretty good discussions on RTA and revamping the reward system. I think there's a lot of times we bring these up and we talk about them so we can come up with good ideas, and we got some good stuff today. We got some good suggestions that definitely can improve the rewards, because that's definitely something that a lot of people talk about. Is like, hey, I want to do RTAs, but can I get a little bit better rewards? Like, so able to dabble a little bit into it today. Topic
if
number
you
3.
think it's a waste of time to do RTA or anything in life, if you think it's a waste of time to do it, don't do it.
Yeah, true. Because you're probably not going to do it right. Yeah, if you can do something, you got to do it right. So that's my mentality.
Even if they give out like 50 transmog for you to do RTA as a gift, if you get Challenger and you feel like it's a waste of time, it's still a waste of time. 50 transmog is not going to give you your time back.
Yeah, true.
At the same time, sometimes just to counterpoint that a little bit, for people who aren't motivated, sometimes if you just go in there and you start getting a couple wins, you don't realize that you enjoyed that kind of content. So like sometimes you need to like put your toe in the water to just realize, oh, maybe even if I'm bad right now, the rewards got me there, but now I like that content.
That's true. I wonder actually how many people out there just have a stigma on RTA and have never actually played it themselves, right? They don't know if they truly like it or not. So the idea earlier that we came up, that you were talking about, Sir, and about, giving a kind of reward to dabble in, that might be something of interest, right? Having them do a couple of wings, right? Could be just another RTA event. Did they ever do an event for RTA, like do a couple of wings, get a reward? They never did, right?
I thought there was like an event when it first,
yeah, which was like placement rewards, like you do your placement.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
I don't know why they don't do that every season. Like, hey,
they could bring that back. Yeah.
Get this. That's it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not that detrimental. All right, topic number 3 here. We did talk about in the past, a couple podcasts ago, about some rune ideas. Do you have any ideas for any runes? Any ideas that you want to see implemented into the game, right? Any thoughts? Time to brainstorm and create some of these, and who knows, maybe in the future when they're making new content, or if they're making new runes, they might take some of these ideas into it. We can start off with Thompson.
For me, it's just like I like all the runes as it is already. They could just buff or nerf some of the concept of these runes. Like, I don't think anybody would care if you like give rage extra 20% crit damage. You get fatal extra like 20% attack, right? It'll make things more interesting, and maybe it will be an intangible buff, intangible nerf to violent runes, People will be searching to make that fatal set or that, whatever set they have. Would people get mad if you buff like guard runes by like extra 5%? No. Would it break the game? I don't think so.
It definitely would have some other implications that we'd have to look into, right, and what it can do and the effects of it. But it's not that big. You're right. It could be some
Like
minor
little
changes.
tweaks, you know. But like as for new runes, they just came out with the fight runes, tolerance runes, and those runes are pretty trash.
Yeah, those came out like last
Right.
month. That's insane.
Like
Those
they're
are really
good.
recent.
For, like,
Yeah.
I mean, they're good for like PvP, PvE
Guys,
content.
it
and
just
they're
came out
pretty
like a little
awesome,
while
but
ago, right?
Those
How
were the
many-
most recent ones, and they buffed it recently, right?
I'm just memeing you, dude. Yeah, they've
How did
been
they
out for a
buff
little
them?
while. Did they buff
They've
them?
been out for a while, but they buffed it recently, but still didn't do much.
Wait,
you
did
know?
they buff
And
them? I don't remember that. What did they?
Like, how did they buff them though?
Yeah.
They buffed him by like 5% or something like that, all
Did they?
to everybody, right?
Did they?
Like the fight runes used to be like 7%, now it's like 10% or something.
Is it? What is fight rate? Is it not as 8%? Wait, what? How much is it? It
They
went from 7 to 8.
7 to 8.
Oh,
Something like that.
Oh shit, you're right. 7 to 8. That's a net gain of like 4% on 4 units.
Well,
That's
they're
actually nuts.
tweaking it, so they're going towards the right direction. At least they're not nerfing it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just memeing you, by the way. Yeah, true. Definitely true. So you're an advocate of no need to see like any new runes, and you're kind of
But
okay.
like, what other ideas could they come up with? Like reflect, you know, like endure, you know, what could they come up with?
One big idea I'm gonna re-bring up is the chameleon rune. I'm gonna call it chameleon rune though, but it's a one
Okay.
rune, right? Maybe they give it out in an event
Wow.
or something. A one rune that can take the slot of anything, can complete it. You put it on, it'll finish the will. Put it on, it'll finish the vial. Put it on, it'll finish the despair, right? And you can pick that slot.
Oh,
That's the
That's
kind of rune I
cool.
want to see. That's cool,
I
right?
thought I heard you said Camilla rune.
Oh
I'm
no,
like
chameleon,
what?
chameleon rune.
Like every time you crit, you cleanse yourself. Oh my god!
Yes,
I'm like,
yes.
tell me more. Yeah.
He's got that. It's that Uno card.
Right, but I don't.
Chameleon.
It's a little bit too strong to allow you to farm it from dungeons, though. It definitely would be like a
Mhm.
cool event or a drop, or if people don't have it, it would get released in the ancient coin shop, and then they would spend the resource to get one. It's like a one per account thing, right? So kind of fills that role on your account, which is kind of cool, right? Something different.
Or you can buy them.
Okay, only one though. What do we buy them? Wait a minute. Yeah, $29.99. You have a chance to get a 6-star
That's
chameleon
probably
rune.
what's gonna happen.
No,
You
dude,
know,
that would break the
we're
game,
joking
dude.
about
That would
it.
break the
That's probably
game.
what's gonna happen. You could buy them exactly.
Nah,
I'm
I'm saying
saying
just
if
one.
people are considering not buying violent packs, they should still buy violent packs. It's still the one rune to buy.
Yeah, but if they make a chameleon rune pack, you only buy chameleon rune packs. Why would you buy any other pack? You just need one vial rune, and you know,
Violent runes are the chameleon packs.
I guess.
I mean, you could cap it to only 1 chameleon rune per unit.
Yeah.
Oh boy, then there's actually
That'd
more.
be good.
Okay, all right, so that's okay. I mean, that's further implications though. Let's take it to the next level. But yeah, other ideas are like, you know, depending on what these synergies are, kind of skills that you guys come up with for the different runes. 3-set and 6-set runes, right? They can be, you know, a new type of rune that can be harder to put onto units. They're new, so people don't have crazy stats on it yet, but something different like that, right? Dual attack runes. It's I mean, I take some of the ideas from E7 as well, right? A chance to attack with your teammate.
Mhm.
Right, a chance to attack with your teammate. It's things like that. There was a
I think
couple
it'd
other
be-
ones that we came up with, but go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think it's kind of toxic, but I think that I think it's an option is just to go with more RNG based rune sets. It'd be toxic as hell to go with, but like anything that can like think of maybe like a dice magician where it's like a random debuff or something that could like have a chance to strip. It doesn't matter what it is. If you had something that could do something on a really low chance rate that wasn't reliable, that wouldn't like break everything open, but would just give you the ability of like a hope in the same way that like Vio gives you a hope that something's going to happen, but make it less than that. You gotta have to make it less than Vio, otherwise it's busted. But like if it's like like what they did with like Iris's first skill, if you just make a really small, like a 5 to 7% chance of something stripping or landing a debuff or something RNG based. I think if it was like a 2-set and you just threw it on there and it would just it would be like a YOLO moment for something. I don't know.
Yeah, more RNG definitely can make the game more fun. True, definitely. I mean, it'll be toxic though, but it's true. Things like
Yeah.
that. Go ahead.
I hate to say this, but I feel like the game kind of messed up itself when it created violent runes in the first place. And imagine a game like this, right? Imagine Summoner's War is the same exact game, but there's no violent runes. However, violent runes is passive amongst every monster.
Yeah.
So everyone's already equipped with violent
Oh, yeah.
runes,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Or every one of your turn, like when your 4 monsters move, one of them will get a turn. It's kind of like drawing a card in like Hearthstone or whatever, right?
Right.
But yeah, that'd be cool. Like violent runes are kind of like, I wish it was never there. You know, I wish everyone just, I have 4 violent runes, you have 4 violent runes, everyone could randomly proc, you know, and we just fight with Swift and whatever other sets there are.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool, right?
You know, what's the difference with Hearthstone too? I've always thought about that. Like a lot of these other games that are actual esports and been esports a while, how come those are not considered luck sack games and nobody like complains about the RNG there? Because it is skill based where you have to use what you have and you know what you have in your deck. But there's so much RNG on what you draw and what happens in like Hearthstone. No? Right? Like even Magic.
Yeah, like,
I mean, like
card you draw, the stuff that's happening, yeah.
Right. I mean, there's a skill based into it, but there's a lot of RNG as well, right? So it's not viewed as much RNG. I don't know. Go read on Reddit. They bitch every day. Okay, maybe I just haven't heard of people.
There's a lot of stuff in Summoner's War, like the resistance and accuracy check. That's very mysterious. You know, still to me as an endgame player, I not quite sure how like 80%, 85%, 0% could stun something that's max resist and stuff like that, you know?
Dude, if they made that their big update this year, something to do with accuracy and resistance, and they explained it, oh man, that would be so exciting.
Nice.
That would be so nice. But you know what? I have a feeling that they're all sitting in the office and they're like, fuck guys, we actually don't know what resistance to accuracy really does. We just have it in the system. Yeah, so how do we tell them? I got it. We just don't tell them, right? If they don't know, we don't know. I don't know if they know actually what it does, dude.
These matches, everything just works out the right way, and you feel like you're the best Summoners War player in the world. Like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna strip this guy, and it strips, and then I'm gonna stun him, and it stuns, and you're like, you know, I should just be playing this game right. And then there's games where when you try to do something, nothing works. You're just like, man, I don't know if I'm playing this game right. Yeah. You know, even as an endgame player, I get that feeling all the time.
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh, by the way, with the new free rune removal, everyone's runes, like everyone is fighting at such great speeds right now. It's awesome. Yeah. People are so much faster. I'm like, whoa.
You know, it's
really
time.
impressive.
It's time for the double shield wall meta. As long as you don't have strippers, just
It's
double
really
shield wall.
impressive.
Because people are so fast, dude. I'm kind of scared of everything, dude. I don't know. Right?
Yeah.
Some people rune like stupid, like 280 speed, vow revenge, retouch. It's kind of nuts. Wait, isn't yours 280 speed? Things like that, man. That you never will expect, right? Just randomly, they put some nut runes out there nowadays. Okay, I guess we dabble a little bit into some rune ideas. I guess we'll continue to suggest these in the future, and hopefully we come up with some great ideas. Implement some new things, right? Shake up the game a little bit, right? Because everybody wants a meta shift or meta change. So these are just little factors that can contribute. But biggest factor still is us, right? That's gonna change the meta. So yeah, moving on here. Topic number 4. Buffs and nerfs, right? What units do you want to see buffed and nerfed? I mean, obviously we talk about LD Net 5s all the time, but what about regular units and any of the units that are currently out there, from your opinion?
Sample text, Ariel.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sample text, Ariel.
10 out of 10, yeah.
Ariel's the buff.
10 out of 10 area? Okay, why? And what would it be? What would you want? You gotta give us a suggestion.
Cleanse, damage.
Damage?
Cleanse on third. Cleanse on third, I think would be enough.
Cleanse on third?
would be
On top
nice.
of what it already
Yeah.
does.
So it heals plus HP over time plus attack bar gauge and it cleanses?
Why not?
Okay.
Makes it usable.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they need to buff Lauren. As a free-to-play player, I think that's definitely needed.
All right, shut up.
By the way,
Wait a minute.
I used to have a Hathor or Lauren. Which one's better? Lauren's better. I'm wrong. I've been wrong. Lauren is more important. Yes, just saying.
Lauren is very good. Yeah, we had this discussion
If
last
you have
week.
if you have 2 fast violence sets, put it on Lauren. Putting it on Lauren is more important than putting it on Hathor. Right?
Really? I feel like Hathor more, and then you put the fastest Swift set on Lauren. Because the first turn is nuts with it.
I don't like Lauren on Swift. I tried it. It didn't work out for me.
Guys, keep in mind, this is the opinion from somebody that likes Violent Gianna as well. Just saying, right? It's the same guy, same opinion. Violent Gianna instead of Swift Gianna, like 99% of the population. Just a disclaimer. But yeah,
have
I mean,
monsters on Swift as well. But okay.
Violent Lauren is pretty toxic, though. It's definitely pretty toxic, for sure.
Just saying, Lauren is really OP. Yeah.
It's very good, yeah. Any other units, though, that we want to see buffed or nerfed from what we've seen?
So there's one guy, Mr. Balls. He's saying buff Molly, and I have 3 Mollys actually as a free-to-play player, and it's like I kind of think that she has a little bit too much RNG where it makes
That
it very
guy
hard to
just
actually
saying
buff.
that in chat to troll me.
Really?
Probably. He doesn't have a Molly. He only has a Molly IRL. But it's true.
Like-
It doesn't do as much as Beta, right? If you say
You
which one's
don't
better,
get-
Beta or Molly. I
Molly's
mean,
cool, alright?
what?
I want one.
Yeah.
You
right.
want one?
You want one, even though you're not gonna even really use it.
That's not for you to say.
You're not gonna really use it. I will say that.
Yeah.
Prove me
Okay.
wrong, then. Prove me wrong. Get it and use it.
I don't have one.
But yeah, Molly definitely needs some change. I mean, I think anti-crit and things like that, that mechanic can change a little bit to be a little bit more consistent, right? Because she doesn't do enough, right? What does she do? She cleanses on S2 and she get higher chance of glancing, or what does the third skill exactly say? Do you know?
It's like, yeah, it's glancing chance, I think.
Yeah, just higher chance of
20,
glancing.
30% or something. I think it is at the moment. Pretty
Yeah.
low, isn't it?
If they up that, that'd be pretty good. Yeah, if they up that, it would be a little bit more consistent, a little bit better. But yeah, it just doesn't do as much at the current state. What about you, Søren? Is there any units that you have or any units that you've seen that you'd like to see buff, nerfed? Either or.
Well, I really tried to make Christina work because I just wanted to see everyone like shit on her, and I was like, I want Christina to be this like cool nuke unit. The same way when I like loved Pungbeck, I was like, Pungbeck has potential, but then I was like, well, Laura at least has the skill 2 strip, and she can really stack and do crazy damage. The problem is she just doesn't. She'll just die, or I don't know if I can't speed tune her right. But I still want to see, since they've worked on her twice and it still hasn't fixed her, I want to see them try something different with Christina. I don't know exactly what they would have to do with her, but like I want to see that unit be good so bad because everyone gets it and they just like are super like I feel like she's the new Daphnis. Like,
Good. That means she'll be something OP later on.
That's what I hope. But like yeah, definitely Christina. I have a Teor, so I don't like that. So Teor can potentially get something better than some tiny buff, but I don't know.
Okay.
Definitely, I still think Antares needs to get handled, but I just don't like that play style of just spontaneously Antares goes crazy. So I know a lot of people get annoyed with that, but I mean, it works really well, so why not use it? But
Right. I think Antares is definitely still a big topic of potentially getting nerfed because he just goes too much, right? He just goes too much. But
Yeah.
I think they don't know really how to do it effectively. We gave them some good suggestions, right? Like taking away the buffs that he obtains when he gets those turns, right? I mean, that's not the end of the world. Makes it harder to ruin if he doesn't have crit rate buff and attack buff, right? Can't make it as tanky. So I think those are viable suggestions, but they haven't taken it in. I think they're scared of lowering the proc rate. You know why? Because when they lower the proc rate of anything, take example RTA and the Violent Rune changes recently, whenever they lower anything, they just get memed on and they just get trash talked, right? Because even though the rate is actually lower in the long run, right? Everybody says it's the same. So I feel they're kind of hesitant to just lower the rate for the
No.
proc.
One thing that I personally like, there are 2 things that I think they should really buff. The first one is going to be changing a little bit of AI, which is really weird, but you see it with units like the Water Puree, for instance, or like the Purees in general. Like they didn't really swap around any of their like multipliers too much. They constantly buffed them slightly, but they really only got like extremely meta once they made the third skill apply with the HP. And like right now, you see all of the endgame players, they just stack them in their speed teams just because they're so much more consistent. And this is like in my opinion, one of the best ways to, outside of introducing more content, like PvE wise, for instance, where you need like certain niche picks that I personally really enjoy seeing in the game. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, AI buffs would be nice as well. What you doing here? You showing us your dungeon?
Yeah, it's just like so people on YouTube could like check it out.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, what is this? What is this? How fast is this team? Julie moves first, right? Okay.
No, I mean you guys could keep talking. This is just like background, you know. Well, like
You know,
this is actually like a hybrid team, isn't it? Like it's like I've seen people run like Dark Puree in these ones as well. This one is like kind of, anyways.
yeah, it just AI. I see what you're saying.
mm-hmm.
Damn, how fast was that? 27.
22 usually are those ones, aren't they?
How fast was that?
Oh, I
I
have
can't see it.
something covering it. What the heck?
Yeah.
How do I move this out of the way?
You just click on it as long as you don't have it locked.
It's in the layers.
No, you guys keep talking about buffs and nerfs.
Yeah, so
Well,
other
it's
units
just
as well. I mean,
background.
there's LD Net 5s. People always talk about like Han. I think the last one, I'm gonna bring it up again. The last buff that we gave to Han or suggestion was pretty good. I think it's a mechanic they might implement in for other units as well, but a kind of like an actual ninja mechanic where you know right now Gato, if he dies he gets attack gauge, right? Or he gets hit and it's about death, he gets attack gauge, but something that prevents you from hitting Han, right? Unless it's AoE, you cannot target him until he's the last unit there. I think that would be very cool.
Oh.
And he's like a ninja, right? So like
Like
you
it's like backwards provoke.
Whoa, if you did that and
yeah.
someone goes Han Gianna, it's a free win.
What do you
Yeah.
mean?
Like that's like such a big buff to Gianna. If you make Han that crazy, all right, never
it's
mind.
It's harder to kill him, right? It's harder to kill him. But I mean, he's still just a damage dealer. He doesn't have an AoE CC. He just does damage, right? It's kind of like how hard it is to kill a Julian sometimes, depending on the comp, right? It's kind of a big threat depending on if you have things to keep it alive, right? It's hard to kill him. It's kind of like Han, but except Han, he can still get hit by AoE. He can still get debuffed, but you can't target him until everything else dies. So you can
I think
AoE
that's
him.
a bit too broken.
Too much? Do you think so? You think so?
Well, what I think what Thompson is saying is that the synergy of Han like speed-based units like a Gianna. As a Gianna user, I find it very recommended to like actually speak out against it. But I've seen already people use it like in combination with the water twin, with the dark twin, the dark boomerang and Shaina and the Gianna, and those cleaves like they really wrecked before they nerfed Shaina. So yeah, I kind of have to agree with Thompson on this one.
Okay. All right. I just figured that his kit does absolutely nothing. So
Yeah,
letting him stay alive to do damage, his kit doesn't do anything. Just damage. He's just damage. He's just damage, right? So that's what I was thinking. But of course, yeah, it does have that speed lead, which is, kind of scary, right? The dark speed lead can be kind of big, right? You nef these and that, and then after that you Gianna everything else. So you got like 24 and you got 30 speed lead, right? Dark units. So yeah, would be definitely kind of bad, I guess you can say. But just something to brainstorm on. All right, we're gonna move on to the last topic, which is kind of like open discussion. We got about 5-10 minutes left. Whatever you guys want to bring up, if there's a topic you guys want to bring up to the podcast here, or there's a question you want to bring in, if you see something in chat you want to bring in as well, go ahead. Yeah, we'll spend some time kind of discussing whatever topic that comes up here.
I actually thought this podcast would be very Guild War oriented.
Why is that?
Because of the
change?
new, free rune removal and then rune managing system. But actually went the 180 route. We went back to talking about RTA, like it was more about RTA than Guild War. But yeah, I've been ruining up my units for Guild War and trying to learn more about siege defense and Guild War. And it's been kind of cool, Yeah.
Yeah, we have talked about Guild Wars in the past as well, but yeah, we cycle it around. I mean, because of the new changes, it will be topics of interest moving forward, right? Every other aspect of the game is going to be revitalized in this podcast about Guild Wars, about Arena. I'm planning on Arena one as well, to kind of discuss to see what people want to do, because now you can ruin anything for every content. There's no excuse anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
It's I forgot how important HP was, because like so much RTA, like. Back to Guild War, it's like, wow, HP is so important, speed tuning is so important and stuff like, well, RTA too, but yeah,
HP is very important for Guild Wars.
HP, tanky, really annoying units are really important. It's crazy. Yeah, it's fun. I'm using Ritesh for Guild War defense. Like, what the heck, Yeah.
One thing I heard a lot was that people were expecting after this rune change for Siege to become incredibly toxic at higher level, and I'm not in a guild that's pushing right now, but I'm curious with you guys, do you have that change yet in Siege?
We actually won the last Guild War siege without me doing any attacks, so I didn't have a chance to attack. I was going to do it today and we already won.
Why is that, and why is that different from any other day of the week when they have guild siege?
No, I don't know, it sometimes lasts longer, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what she said.
Love messing around with Thompson. Yeah, so anything else you want to say about guild content then, Thompson, since you kind of prepared for that a little bit? Like, what else? Is there anything of interest that you see incoming? Any cool comps? Because I'm excited to see some of the new comps that are going to be discovered.
I think like BD Roke is pretty cool. Like that's pretty trendy right now. Like Roke bringing the Sierra and Iris,
Isn't it like Sierra, Rogue, Lauren, Sierra, Rogue, Iris kind of stuff going around?
Yeah,
Or was
yeah.
it-
it's
Something like that,
it's
right?
pretty good.
Right,
Mhm.
right, right.
I think every team kind of needs like a stripper or like armor breaker to get wins. You know? Yeah.
Right. Do you feel like in Guild Wars and stuff you can sacrifice certain stats that you don't really need in RTA? For example, like in RTA, right? You need certain
of
units like
course.
you go like 85% accuracy. It's like, oh, this unit is crap, and I'll say 85. Josephine, you need
Yeah.
40 or 50. But like in Guild Wars, those units that have those certain levels of stats, you can kind of like get away with it and go for other stats. You know what I mean?
You know,
And make,
It
I
makes
don't know.
me feel like they need to come up with more like Guild War defense leaders. Like I feel like Beast Monks really need that Guild War leader.
I
You know
agree.
what I mean? Like
That
so
would
you
take them
can
to the next
make more
level.
defenses. Because right now, like I'm always in search of okay, what's the next speed leader I could use, or what's the next HP or defense leader I could use, right?
Yeah, the most
Yeah.
important leader skills though in Guild Wars and
Yeah.
Guild Siege is, you know what it is? Resistance lead. Oh, because
Really?
you resist, and that's how your defense cucks other people, right?
I
It's
thought
by
it's the
having high
light bulb
resistance. What was light
The
bulb?
light bulb work.
Oh, speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, speed too. Yeah, speed. Speed's very good. Speed. Yeah, but having a resistance lead, that's what cucks people. That's why Jean, a lot of people use the Jean, right? And if you miss stuff, then you get some problems. You get some big problems with that. Any other interesting ideas? Like I'm serious. I really want to see what people create for their defenses now, because the
think
sky's the limit.
I think for more ingenuity, more combinations, they need more Guild War defense leaders to create more to be more creative with the defense. Right?
Yep.
Right now it could be a bit stagnant because the leader skills make it stagnant.
Right.
Yeah.
If they gave some like smaller like speedy leader skills and stuff to some of the 3 stars as well, and 4 stars that are underused, I mean, it just brings them right in, right?
Yeah.
One of my favorites are the Drunken Masters. I love them. They're so much fun.
The Drunken Masters? Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Do they have a leader skill? They don't have anything, right?
No.
If they had a leader skill, man, I'd be rocking those a lot.
Their first skill hurts.
I'm pretty sure that
They've
the
got
Drunken
leader skills.
Masters do have Guild War leader skills,
Oh,
actually.
do they? They do?
I think they
The
do.
light one has I think the light
it
one has
good?
a speed lead.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh,
I mean, it's a
really?
3-star.
Water one's got defense lead. I'm quite sure.
Oh, okay.
You know what's crazy?
I'm gonna be
For
running up some
PvE?
sick ass Drunken Masters with some of our runes then for Guild Wars.
Speaking of like buffs and nerfs,
Yeah.
I'm not telling people to nerf this unit, but for PvE, like one of the best PvE monsters, Lauren. One of the best Guild War defense monsters is Lauren. One of the best RTA monster is Lauren. So I'm not saying she needs a nerf or she doesn't need a nerf, but man,
But
she's
every-
everywhere.
Everybody gets her though. I guess that's the
I
only
think-
thing.
I think Lauren's falling out of Guild War meta, personally.
How does it go out of Guild
Wait,
War
wait,
meta
falling-
when
falling
it
out
can
of
get
Guild
the
War
first
meta?
turn strip and armor break?
Yeah, go ahead.
Very easy to counter by dark tanks.
Yeah.
Example of the
Very,
dark
very
tanks.
easy.
Give people the
Dual
example.
tap.
Oh, okay, I see.
Basalt, Diaz, just throw triple HP on those, 100 res, or not even 100 res. You don't even need res on them, but just build them really heavy tank, and that's it. And they don't do anything. Lauren defenses don't do anything. Whereas, like the
Thank you.
Sierra Rail
I'm learning.
Iris makes it very easy. Like that. Sorry, that one's a lot harder than Sierra Lauren Rail.
I'm just trying to explain how broken of a unit Lauren's
OP everywhere else. I agree,
Yeah.
but it's not as OP as it once used to be in Guild War.
Actually, in
I-
Guild
I
Wars
see. Thank
offensively,
you.
I like her offensively in Guild Wars. She's pretty
The
consistent.
she's
offensively,
pretty
Yeah,
good.
she's still
You
very
have her
good.
ruled up, might as well use it on offense.
You can use
Yeah.
a standard.
Definitely,
You can use a
definitely.
standard Verd, Lauren, Fran, and it takes on almost like a lot of the defenses pretty damn
Yes.
well, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary how good that is.
Mhm.
Actually
I'm just
pretty-
gonna throw it out there. My favorite offense for Guild War is actually Lauren, Triana, and the Light Homunculus with the team up, and it seriously shits on literally everything, unless you get procced by like 5 people.
I like that.
I'm running. You gotta run crit damage Triana like that, but it basically one shots everything.
Oh.
Like
Yeah.
with the 3rd skill of the Homunculus,
We
basically.
kind of forgot about the support homunculus. People might start building some crazy units and pair it up with the support homunculus with all the skills that it has. That could be
That's
pretty
the one
fun.
I'm using right now too. The
Well,
light
we
one.
can't put it on defense, right? The homunculus can't go defense
No, you
on.
can't.
No.
No,
Defense.
no.
Do you think it'd be broken
No.
if they did that for Guild Wars? I actually
I
think it would be
think
kind of
so.
cool.
It would be for RTA or for
No,
defense.
not RTA,
yeah.
not RTA, because you don't know what's on it. But
Yeah,
Guild Wars-
yeah. Well, even if you could read it, it's kind of broken. there's a lot of modes it has that could
Yeah.
do a lot of things.
It's a budget Gianna too in certain instances, to be honest. So
That's true.
yeah. Okay.
Another cheese offense. If people haven't built it yet, just go Lauren, Fran, third.
Yeah.
That's an easy Guild War offense win as well.
Yeah,
You
we,
don't
we,
waste
That's
the
good.
auto with that.
Lauren Verd Fran. Lauren Verd Fran. Yeah. Is it? If you guys have
Yeah.
Rocky,
I never-
Rocky is literally the queen of Guild Wars right now. Like, I swear to God, you can almost bring Rocky almost to anything. There's so many Trianas, Theomarses, Pernas, Tyrannies, everything, dude. Especially in the Guild Wars settings, Rocky just eats them alive. Literally. You got a Rocky, you easy clear Guild Wars. 100%.
I have tried Rocky for RTA. I feel like she dies more than she could do what she needs to do.
If
You
put
know?
good runes on her, she'll be good.
Maybe. Yeah.
No, in
It's
certain
either- it's hard
situations,
to
she's
build
really
her
strong.
because it's hard to build her because she's either too slow to keep up with the pace I'm in, or if she's too fast, she just doesn't have enough of the stats like crit rate, crit damage, high attack. You know what I mean?
It's because the reason why she's not working for you is because what she answers and what she's good against, you already answer that well with what you're using. So that's why she doesn't bring you enough benefit. I think that's what it comes down to. Because
No,
you already
she's
have
good
you have an easy time playing against those slow players that have Tyrannies or Vanessa or Triana. You have ways already to beat them. So you don't need Rocky. You don't have to play slow against them, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't think you can run Rocky fast.
She's at a slower pace.
Yeah,
'cause
she cannot
she's
be at your fast
like
pace.
the 200 speed range, I think.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Mhm.
But the fact that she goes through everything is so good. It's actually so good. All right, very solid podcast today. Thank you guys for joining me. If you guys are, watching this on YouTube, hopefully you guys enjoyed some of the topics today. Thank you guys very much. We're gonna put their links to all of their Twitch channels down below. Everybody here does stream. Sampletex used to stream a little bit more. I haven't seen him streaming a lot lately though. So maybe you'll start up some streaming and get that RTA grind going, right?
I'm actually streaming on YouTube.
Oh, streaming on YouTube. Oh, you got
I
that
am, yeah.
fat contract. All right, okay. Okay, I see you, bro. I see you.
We'll see about that. I don't know, man. We'll see how long that's gonna last. But
Right, but you could
probably
do
gonna
a
go
dual
back
stream,
to Twitch.
right? But yeah, let me know. In Discord, ping me your link so I can use that link instead if you want, instead
Sounds
of the
good.
Twitch link. Yeah, but we'll put their links down below. Everybody here does stream at all different times, as well as please continue to put those great comments down below. I've been seeing our comment section on these podcasts really becoming like almost like a little Reddit area. We get some toxic people in it as well, but people kind of discuss things, you know what I mean? Come up with ideas, even though, some of them are Propega ideas or some of them are great ideas. They're down there and people are having discussions, which is a great thing to have that week to week, to be able to, I actually look forward, honestly, to look into the comment section of the podcast in particular to see what people have to say. So make sure you guys leave those down there. And
Everybody in the comment section, if you agree with me, put in IslandGrown is very handsome. Ohana sexy.
oh, that's sexy. What the fuck?
Make sure you hashtag it too. So it goes,
Yeah.
Get the trending list.
Get it trending.
Get a trending hashtag Ohana
then-
sexy.
If he gets 100 likes, he will wear a tank top on the next stream.
No, I always get 100 likes on these. You're a fuck, dude. How much likes do I get on these, dude? There's always 100 likes. If I
Tank
get
top.
1,000,
Zone.
I usually don't get 1,000 likes. I sometimes I
No,
get like
100.
100.
Oh.
No,
Hey.
1,000. 1,000.
Fine, 1,000 likes.
Come on.
Tank top IslandGrown.
Hey, we get like 5,000 to
Done.
10,000 views on these podcasts, man. 1,000 likes. All right, fine. Do I even have
1,000
a
likes.
tank
Tank
top?
top IslandGrown. Wait, is 1,000 a lot?
Not that crazy. It's
I
just
think
people
it's
don't
reas-
click the
I think
button.
I think it's reasonable.
Okay,
It's pretty reasonable.
let's not start off like that. I mean, you're not going fully nude. Let's do 500.
No, I don't agree to it. I don't wear tank tops, dude. This is a lose-lose for me.
All right.
Yo,
808.
500 likes.
808.
Okay, 808 likes. 808 likes.
808 likes.
No, 500.
Okay,
Happy
over
race,
808,
you know?
Over
Like, we
808.
can't,
Over
like
808.
first day we're working out, we can't expect to bench press 500 pounds, right? Let's just do 500 likes, tank top IslandGrown.
808. 808.
500.
808.
Okay, 80.8.
What the fuck is this negotiation? I don't even know if I have tank tops anymore, dude. I actually don't know if I have tank tops. I might have to rip
I'll
my
buy you a
shirt.
tank top and send it to you if you don't have a tank top.
I
If
go
you
send
get
it to you in a
500
week.
likes.
I-
500 likes.
A tank top, dude. Do I have tank tops?
Share this to all of your friends.
You just
I'll send you briefs too.
You just want to see my arms, dude. Are the pictures I send you not enough? Jesus. All right. Anyways.
Yo, 500 likes. Like the video. 500 likes, tank top IslandGrown. Come on.
All right. See you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out, guys. Appreciate you.